So what we're going to talk about today is about how to solve exponential equations. Our objective is to work together to solve log and natural log equations. If you look at number 1, the first thing you want to do is you want to do PEMDAS backwards. Okay, PEMDAS backwards tells us to do addition and subtraction first, then multiplication and division. So I'm going to do addition and subtracting by getting rid of the 6 first. You have 4 to the power of x is equal to 10. I need to get rid of this base. What's the opposite of exponential? The opposite of exponential is log. Our base depends on whatever the base is for the exponential function. So I'm going to take log base 4 of both sides. Everything else stays the same. And when you take the log base 4 of 4, that cancels out. The exponent comes down to the bottom, and you're left with log base 4 of 10. This is an exact answer, but if I ask you for an approximate answer, you're going to put this into the calculator. Log base 4 of 10 is 1.66096. The 9 is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 decimal places, and you're going to look at the 6 to see if the 9 stays the same or if it rounds up. In this case, 6 is bigger than 5, so the 9 rounds to 10. Your final answer is 1.6610. Okay, now we're going to move on to number 2. The problem we're going to look at is number 3. If you notice, number 3 has 10 to the power of x minus 12 is equal to 22. The first thing you want to get rid of is a negative 12 by adding 12 to both sides. 22 plus 12 is 34, good. And then you want to get rid of the exponent, right? By taking the log of both sides. When you take the log of both sides, how did I know to do log base 10? Yeah, because the base is 10 on the original exponential function, okay? Your log base 10s cancel each other out. I guess I should kind of cross them out. And your exponent comes down to the bottom. So you have log base 10 of 34. You subtract 2 from both sides. Now here's the part that a lot of students made a mistake on. Log base 10 of 34 is inside the parentheses with 2 on the outside of the parentheses. Okay, when you put that into your calculator, log base 10 of 34 minus 2, you're going to get a big decimal number. So control 10 to the power of x, log base 10 of 34 inside the parentheses, and then a minus 2 on the outside. You get this long number, negative 0.46852. I'm going to look at the 2 to see if I round up or keep the 5 the same. In this case, the 5 stays the same, so my final answer is negative 0.4685. Yes, ask me. I know, I was just kidding in the video class. So now as a class, we're going to do number 3, okay? And I'm going to show you number 2, sorry. Okay, ready? Let's look at number 2. Number 2 is pretty easy as well. It's the same concept, except instead of having exponential functions, we have e. Okay, so the opposite of e is going to be natural log. So on question number 2, if you want to get x by itself, we need to get rid of the 3, we need to get rid of the e, and we need to get rid of the 2. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is divide both sides by 3. When you divide the left side by 3, you're just left with e to the power of 2x is equal to 4. Good. Now I want to get rid of the e, so I'm going to take the natural log of both sides. When you take the natural log of both sides, you're left with natural log of e to the power of 2x is equal to the natural log of 4. Go ahead and add your parentheses there. Okay, natural log and e, they cancel each other out, so you're just left with 2x is equal to the natural log of 4. How do I get rid of the 2? Yeah, the 2 that I'm multiplying by, so I'm going to divide both sides by 2. Your final answer is x is equal to natural log of 4 all of that divided by 2. Now you have to be careful how you put it in the calculator, okay? You're going to go to your calculator, and natural log is right next to the log, okay? It's in yellow letters, ln. So you're going to press Control E, and it gives you ln. Okay, you're going to put the natural log of 4, close your parentheses, and put divided by 2. Okay, another way of doing this is putting Control Divide, so you can have the fraction. And then you press Control E and divide by 2. Whichever way looks better to you, okay, and you're going to get the same answer. If you go to 4 decimal places, 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4 shows you that the 1 is going to stay the same. So your final answer is 0.6931. Questions? Okay, this is an exact answer. This is an approximate answer. What was it again? 1.69321? 31? Okay. There you go. Questions? Oh. Wait, I'm so confused. 1.69? Oh, okay. 0.6931. Thank you. All right, guys. So as a team, you are going to solve number 4. You have 2 minutes. Those of you who are watching the video should pause the video, try to solve number 4, and then we'll go to the answer. If you know, because you didn't get the right answer on your board. Okay, so if we look at number 4, the first thing you want to do is when you pay attention to PEMDAS doing backwards, you're going to subtract 7 first before you divide by 3. When you subtract 7 from both sides, you're left with 3e to the power of x is equal to 2. Okay, I need to get rid of the 3 by dividing both sides by 3, and now you're left with e to the power of x is equal to 2/3. I'm not finished there. I got to get rid of the base by taking the natural log of both sides. Everything on the right side stays the same, and everything on the left side stays the same. I'm going to go ahead and add parentheses around my 2/3. Natural log and the e cancel, so you're left with x is equal to the natural log of 2/3. In this case, 2/3 is inside the parentheses, okay? Not natural log of 2 divided by 3. We're going to put it in our calculator, Control E, maybe. So Control E gives you natural log of 2 divided by 3 inside of the parentheses, and you get negative 0.4054, okay? The 4 at the end, I have to look at the 6. The 6 tells me to round this up to a 5. Okay, so your final answer should be negative 0.4055. Questions? No? Okay. I want you to go ahead and solve number 6. Those of you watching the video should pause this, work on number 6, and then press play. Okay, we're going to go ahead and go over number 6. You should have done this already on your own piece of paper. You guys need to be practicing this. The opposite of subtracting 8 is to add 8. You're going to add 8 to both sides of your equation. So you're left with 4e to the power of 3x is equal to 2. You want to get rid of the 4 that we're multiplying by, so we're going to divide both sides by 4. E to the power of 3x is equal to 2/4 or 1/2 or 0.5, whatever you feel like writing. So I'm going to take the natural log of both sides because I want to get rid of the e, and I want to bring down the exponent. Okay, I ran out of space, but I know that the natural log and the e cancel each other out, and all you're left with is 3x is equal to the natural log of 2 divided by 4. We are multiplying times 3. We're multiplying x by 3, so I want to divide both sides by 3. X is equal to the natural log of 2/4 divided by 3. X is approximately equal to, do that in your calculator, natural log, oopsies, Natural log of 2 divided by 4, close the parentheses, and divide that by 3. Okay, you have to be careful about how you put it into the calculator. Your final answer is negative 0.2310. You should now be working on number 5. Go ahead and pause this video and then we'll go over the answer. The first thing you should have done was what, class? You guys, I want you to talk to me. Okay, you're going to add 4 to both sides. 17 plus 4 is 21. So you have 3 times 2 to the power of x plus 6 is equal to 21. The second thing you need to do is, good, you're going to divide both sides by 3. What's 21 divided by 3? 7. So you have 2 to the power of x plus 6 is equal to 7. What's the third step?
The log base 2?
Yes, good. You're going to take log base 2 of both sides. What happens to the log base 2 and the exponential is they cancel, and you're just left with the exponent. X plus 6 is equal to log base 2 of 7. You're going to rewrite this and subtract 6 from both sides of your equation. Now, at this point, yes, 7 is inside the parentheses. The minus 6 is on the outside of the parentheses. When you put this in your calculator, log base 2 of 7 minus 6, you're going to get negative 3.19265. When you look at the 5, it tells you to round your 6 up to a 7. So your final answer would be negative 3.1927. Questions? Okay. I want you to go ahead and solve number 7. Look at number 7. The first thing that you want to do is subtract 3 from both sides. You're left with 2 times 10 to the power of 2x minus 3 is equal to 16. You want to get rid of this 2 that we're multiplying by. So you're going to do the opposite, which is to divide. So now you have 10 to the power of 2x minus 3 is equal to 8. You want to take the log, what base? Base 10, of both sides. So you're left with log base 10 of 10 to the power of 2x minus 3 is equal to log base 10 of 8. The log base 10 and 10, they cancel. So you're just left with 2x minus 3 is equal to log base 10 of 8. This is where I put parentheses around my 8. Okay? Am I finished? No. I wrote this really bad. This should be 2x minus 3 altogether, right? Okay, not as an exponent. So now I want to get x by itself. So I'm going to add 3 to both sides. I'm left with 2x is equal to log base 10 of 8 plus 3 on the outside. And then you want to divide the whole thing by 2. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. I ran out of space, class, so I'm just going to rewrite it over here. So x is equal to log base 10 of 8 plus 3, all divided by 2. When you put this in the calculator, what did you guys get? 1.915. Okay, now let's look at how you put into the calculator. Make sure that all my students at home do it correctly as well. You're going to go to log control 10 to the power of x, base 10 of 8 plus 3 divided by 2. Okay, or you could do this. You could put parentheses, put all of this together, close the parentheses, and then divide it by 2, right? Or you could do control divide, so it already looks like a fraction. Okay, so it's really up to you guys. There's several ways to put in the calculator, but the point is to make sure that you put it in the calculator correctly. Are there any questions on this assignment? Okay, your homework, if you will, is to complete number 8. Tomorrow when you guys come into class, we're going to grade number 8, and then you're going to get a grade for the group. Okay? All right, guys, thank you so much for your attention. You were awesome. Have a nice day. Home